My dear students, this lecture is for class 11th. In this lecture, I will teach you for chapter 2. The name of chapter 2 is Software Concept. Under this chapter, I will teach what is software, concept of software, types of software, system software, application software, etc. First of all, I will tell you about the software. Software is a generic term. Software is a generic term for organized collection of computer data and instructions. Listen, software is a generic term for organized collection of computer data and instructions. A layman who do not know nothing about the computer system, when he see the computer, he imagine or he guess a computer is a machine that has some hardwares and some powers that operates the hardware. The power that operates the hardware is known as software. Now let us see, a computer can be viewed as a combination of hardware and software. We can say a computer is a combination of hardware and software. Before this, in the first chapter, I told you the definition of computer, and that was computer is an electronic machine that takes input, process it and provides output with high speed and accuracy. Here, this is the definition of the computer. Now, here we take another concept, another view to define the computer system, and that is a computer is a combination of hardware and software. A computer is a combination of hardware and software. Now let us see these parts, hardware and software, one by one. Let us see. Hardwares are those components of the computer that can be seen and touched. It means such components that we can see and we can touch is known as hardware. For example, all the input devices. Inside all the input devices, we can say keyboard, mouse, scanner, joystick, trackball, all the input devices. All the output devices, monitor, printer, plotter, speaker, all comes under the category of hardware. CPU is also hardware. Memory, hard disk, RAM, ROM, CD, pen drive, DVD, all are also known as hardware because we can touch it, we can see it. So these are known as computer hardwares. Now let us see software. Those components of the computer that cannot be touched but that can be seen and feel is known as software. Here there are two views to define the software. First, that I have told you, a component that can be seen and feel but cannot be touched is known as software. The another view of software is software represents the set of programs that govern the operation of a computer system and make the hardware operational. It means software is a set of programs, group of programs that performs the user's task as well as runs the computer hardware. It means run, manage. Now let us see the another view of software, that is computer is a machine that knows nothing of itself because it is a metallic box and has some specific power. If we see the computer, then we can say computer is a metallic box, but this metallic box does not do by own self. So for each and every action of computer, it requires instruction. How computer gets instruction? These instructions are given to the computer through the software. This statement says that instructions are given to the computer through the software. This statement tells the importance of software for the computer. Without software, we cannot give the instruction. Without instruction, computer cannot perform any works. So software is very essential for the computer system. As I have told, computer system is a combination of hardware and software. In this reference, both has the importance for the computer. If no hardware, software is meaningless. If no software, hardware is meaningless. Without software, hardware is a metallic box that cannot perform, that cannot do any kind of task. So both are the main part, plays important role to make computer system. Again I come to the point software. I have told you software does two things. First, it makes computer hardware operational. Software makes computer hardware operational, manage computer hardware's tasks, operate them, govern them. After that, software also performs the user's task. It also performs the user task. On these concepts, we can divide the software into two parts. Now let us see the division of software, or we can say types of software. There are two categories of the software. First is the system software and second is the application software. Now let us see one by one. System software, the software that controls internal computer operations, is known as system software. Now let us see what are the internal computer operations. The internal computer operations are reading the data, transmitting processed information to the output device, checking the system components, converting data and information into binary form. These are known as the internal operations of the computer system. A software that controls these internal operations, that makes computer hardware operational, that controls the operation of the computer hardware, are known as the system software. In short, we can say system software is a special software that runs and controls the hardware and also helps the application software to run properly. Now let us see the applications. What is an application software? How will you define the application software? It is a set of programs that performs the specific task. These are the programmers these are the programs written by the programmers to do the user's task. So it is clear, application softwares are the programs that is written by the programmers to do the user's task. What may be the user's task? For example, inventory, word processing, financial, image processing, and billing system are these are the user tasks. A software that is designed by the programmer to perform these kinds of tasks are known as application software. Be careful, application software does not play any role for the computer hardware. It does not control the hardware. It does not control the internal operations of the hardware. It only do the user's task. It is only designed to make the user's work easy. That's why it is known as the application software. Now let us see the application software types. Now let us see the application software types. Application softwares can be divided into two parts. First, general purpose application software. Second, special purpose application software. Now let us see the general purpose application software. These are the softwares that is designed to do the common works of the user. It means a general purpose software is designed only to do common works of the user, that is common for all users. For example, MS Office, accounting software, DBMS, database management system, MS PowerPoint, graphics software, spreadsheet programs. These are the such tasks that is common for all users. So these are known as application general purpose application software. I am explaining for you. MS Office is the most popular general purpose application software, and MS Office software is used in all types of offices. For example, in school office, transportation office, any government office, restaurants, hotels, everywhere. For the purpose, for example, letter writing, to maintain the Excel sheets, like that. So it is the most common general purpose application software that you can understand. Now let us see the special purpose application software. These are designed to special work of user. These softwares are designed for special work, not for common work, not for normal general work. These are the special. For example, weather forecasting, school management, inventory management, payroll system, hotel management, billing systems, reservation systems, etc. These are the school management system is only applicable for the school management. I mean students records, teacher records, and transportation, etc. Inventory management system only incoming outgoing of the items that is used in the organization, etc. So these are the introductions of the general purpose application software and special purpose application software. Now let us see the types of system software. I have told you those software that take care of system only, not user's work, is known as system software. There are four types of system software. First, operating system. OS stands for operating system. Second, language processor software. Third, utility software. Fourth, device driver. Now let us discuss one by one. Let us see the system software. What is system software? I have told you system softwares can be divided into the four category, and that is operating system, language processor, utility software, device driver. Let us see the operating system. What is an operating system? It is very important software. It is the first software which is installed in the computer. Operating system is the software that controls overall activity of the computer. It means operating system initiates and run the computer hardware, manage the computer hardware, control and govern the hardware, and create a platform on which application software runs. It means operating system also helps to install and run the another application software. The example of some operating system softwares are Windows, Unix, Linux, DOS and Macintosh. In short, we can say it Mac operating system. Before installing and running any other application software on the computer system, the operating system must be loaded from hard disk into the primary memory of the computer, that is RAM. How computer system starts? How computer system starts to run? This can be understood as follows. As well as operating system loaded from hard disk to the RAM, computer system becomes ready to run. The process of loading operating system software files from secondary memory hard disk into primary memory RAM is known as booting up or bootstrapping, which means getting ready. I have told you operating system is the very essential software, very important software for the computer, because it is the first software that is installed in the computer. It controls, run, manage the computer, all the computer hardwares that I have discussed for you, that is input devices, output devices, CPU, RAM, memory, etc. Without operating system, computer cannot start, so it is important to load, to install in the computer. Without operating system, no any other application software can be installed or stored in the system, so it is very important. Thus, it is essential to install the operating system in the computer first. After installing, the first process that happens inside the computer is known as booting. The booting is a term that is used in the computer system, and it means transferring of operating system file from hard disk to the primary memory RAM. And booting is the step-by-step process. How booting happens? Now let us see. As well as we press the on button, machine is powered on and post operation is performed. Post stands for power on self test. It is mainly known as diagnostic test, and checks for post stands for power on self test. It is mainly diagnostic test and checks for the integrity of all the components. Means the post operation checks which hardware is properly attached with the CPU. If it is attached properly, then it's okay. It means it only just checks the all hardware components inside the system. So first post, as well as we turn on the computer, post operation is performed. It checks the all the input devices, all the hardware devices, not input devices, all the hardware devices such as CPU, RAM, IO, etc. of the computer. If any component is found faulty, then it displays an error message. If every hardware devices are connected properly, then it goes to the next step. And what is the next step? The next step, he reads the ROM BIOS chip. ROM BIOS read only memory, basic input output system. It reads the BIOS chip and executes. It checks what it does. It checks the presence of OS files on the hard disk. In second step, booting process. Second step checks the what is operating systems are available inside the hard disk or not. If available, then it's good and go to the next step. If not, then display error message, non-system disk or disk error. If found, then go to the step 3, and what happens? If operating system files are found in the drive, then master boot record MBR is read and executed for the active partition as well as it reads and executed. It loads the secondary boot record from the active part. After loading the secondary boot record files in the it goes to the next step, fourth, and in fourth step bootstrap loader program runs, and this bootstrap loader programs transfers the essential operating system files from hard disk into the main memory RAM. There are different boot loader programs for the different operating system. As I have told you, there are different types of operating system: Windows, Unix, Linux, DOS, Mac, etc. Every operating system has a specific bootloader program that loads the specific operating system files into the main memory. I am giving you the some examples. First, NTLDR. This NTLDR bootloader program is for the old Windows, bootmgr for the new Windows, and grub 2 is for the new and old Linux versions, and bootx is only for the Mac operating system. This is a picture that makes you clear how booting process happens as well as we start the computer. First, after performing the post operation BIOS contents are read, then MBR contents are read and executed, then active partitions are read and executed, and then bootloader program executed, and operating system files are transferred. And now after transferring the essential files, system becomes ready for the user. Now let us see the types of booting. There are two types of booting. First, cold booting and warm booting. I will discuss it later. Today is today I am going to finish